Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube Astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about having an Aquarius Sun and Gemini Moon in a natal chart. Now, I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm talking about is having that Sun-Moon combination in the chart, having an Aquarius Sun and Gemini Moon in your natal chart. Now, first off, the basic character, which is the sun. In this case, the sun being an Aquarius can be unorthodox, non-conforming, altruistic, selfless, considerate, and even rebellious. Now, on the unconscious side, the sun represents the conscious side of the person, the moon the unconscious side. And on a more unconscious level, in this case, the moon being in Gemini, can be loquacious, versatile, contradictory, verbose, restless, and mobile. And the way this combination may work together as an example, the person may bring that Aquarian altruism into something Gemini related, which can include working as a driver, doing something with news, communication, manual dexterity, working as a mail carrier, as some examples. Now, the sun in astrology is connected with our basic wants, and the Aquarius sun wants to attain goals and aspirations. Gemini moon, the moon is about our emotional needs, and Gemini moon needs to communicate, assimilate, and disseminate information, express cleverness, even gains mental agility. The sun in astrology is associated with our true self, and the true self, in this case the sun, being an Aquarius, can be ingenious, unorthodox, and eccentric. And the inner self, which is the moon is the inner personality. And with the moon being in Gemini, that could be vivacious, mercurial, superficial, lively, and talkative. And the sun in astrology is connected with our drive and motivation. And this person may be driven and motivated, which is the sun, to do things that could benefit many, which is Aquarius. Now, and having the moon in Gemini, the person may do so feeling more vivacious, spirited, and it may also be, as far as this combination could be more harmonious if this is in a trine aspect. Now, a trine aspect in astrology is 120 degrees. I use a 10-degree orb if at least one personal planet is involved. In this case, you have two personal planets that are involved, the sun and the moon. Now, let's say, for example, the Aquarius sun is at 12 degrees and the Gemini moon is at 14 degrees. That would form a trine aspect. It could be, the Aquarius sun, expressing their ingenuity, and then the moon in Gemini being able to just simply, verbally express themselves, having that need to do that could blend very well together. Sorry, people, excuse me. Now, the thing about this is, this is obviously, the combination is favorable because we have both. They are trine by sign. Of course, I was stating before, it could be more auspicious and favorable if you have the trine aspect as well. With this energy, they're both air signs. The person who may be very communicative, be interested in mental pursuits. Aquarius sun, the sun is the basic fundamental character in astrology, and the basic character can be very innovative and be able to speak in a very clear and perspicacious manner, very good reasoning power. And the Gemini moon has that, simply again, that need to express themselves, and more unconscious level, maybe never at a loss for words. And I would know something about it, having a Gemini moon myself. But anyway, now the thing is, the sun in astrology, is connected, the base, with the biological father. And with an Aquarius sun, the biological father may actually be an Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant person or embody those characteristics. And now having the Gemini moon, the moon is associated with the mother in astrology. And with the Gemini moon, the person's mother may actually be a Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those traits. And it's also about the perception of these people. Having an Aquarius sun, a person may perceive the biological father as somebody that's altruistic, selfless, considerate, unobtrusive, ingenious, but at the same time may perceive that person as somebody that might be, overly unpredictable, bizarre, um, detached, aloof, um, and rebellious as some examples. Now, with the Gemini moon, the person may perceive the mother as somebody, that's versatile, very clever, shrewd, loquacious, verbose, but at the same time may perceive the mother as someone that's overly superficial, overly, could say restless, contradictory, person that might be overly mercurial and changeable, as some examples. And the thing is, this is, as far as, this combination go, having, both of these signs and air signs, and also, what's similar about Aquarius and Gemini, it's really that freedom element or aspect. Aquarius sun, as far as the basic fundamental character goes, is one that naturally is very freedom and independence oriented. It's just more, the reason for Aquarius about emphasizing their freedom, it's just the simple fact that they want, I think just it's more of a general need, wanting that freedom and independence and being able to do things with friends and groups, clubs and organizations. And if they have to be stick around with one person, it can be difficult, for them. But with the Gemini, more unconscious level with the Gemini moon, person may simply not want to be pinned down. And the thing is, because Gemini is about their variety, if they want to be, if they get tied down with one person, what happens is it can be, in their perception, it can become, things can become monotonous for them and boring and stale. So on an unconscious level, the person may not want to be pinned down. But the thing is, too, you also got to look, in the chart for other things like contraindicators and modifying influences. If the person has an Aquarius sun and Gemini moon combination, well, let's say they have a Taurus ascendant, that could give more of an outer, as far as their outer expression, the outer demeanor is one that could be, very persistent, loyal, and steadfast, and may want more, stability in their life. A Cancer ascendant can express unconditional love outwardly very well, and it could be more that could lean more toward having a situation where they would be tied down, so to speak, or be able, figuratively speaking, actually have some more of a stable connection in their life, as far as a significant other, as an example. But anyway, but again, having Aquarius sun and Gemini moon, it's obviously a very cerebral, intellectual combination. I do believe Aquarius on average is the smartest of the zodiac signs, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is the higher octave of Mercury. In Gemini, it could be an argument they could be a close second, and Gemini moon is certainly, one that can be very, cerebral and quick-witted, and be able to, express their, their thoughts very quickly and easily. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.